with sauteed shrimp, pan-seared salmon, and with a little bit of broccoli microgreen and shredded for cheese. It's Asiago Parmesan.
Yes. So this looks really delicious, and I can't wait till we say cut and we can start eating it. But Santana, once again, tell people how. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, Stepping Outside of the Box with Steph Crosley. As you guys know, the purpose of these YouTube series is to inspire and motivate everyone who's watching to follow their dreams. I am super excited for our next guest. I've been telling everybody about it. And as you guys can see, I'm in the kitchen with an apron on. I'm definitely stepping outside the box. But I feel super confident because I have none other than this beautiful, look, wouldn't you guys be confident in the kitchen with her? And she's a chef, so she's here to talk to us about her journey and to help me out a little bit in the kitchen. Get your man 2018.
Hello.
Miss Santana.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you feeling right now?
Very nervous. This is one of my first interviews. This is my first interview, so very, very nervous. Okay. But happy though. Happy to be here and excited to be here with you.
Well, I'm super happy that you're here. Right into it. So for those viewers who may not know you, who is Santana?
I'm a mother, entrepreneur, I'm a chef, and just a joyful person.
Joyful person, yes. With a contagious laugh. So if you guys hear us, laughing a lot, we're having a good time, okay?
Sorry, I laugh a lot when I'm nervous.
Yes. Okay, so don't be nervous. We're in the kitchen. In a beautiful setting.
Once I start cooking, though, that's my happy place. So I kind of zone out and groove out. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to get her cooking really shortly. But Santana, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
So I actually wanted to be a lawyer when I was a kid. Completely different from cooking. Yeah, I had a lot of family that went to court and stuff like that as a kid, and I always just wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, and that's really common for us as children to see things and then want to be things. Mm-hmm. Like, a teacher, that's a common. Like, we go to school every day, we see the police almost every day, and so we're more likely to say, I want to be that when I grow up.
Right.
So you want to be a lawyer.
I did.
And now you're a chef. So let's talk about your journey to becoming a chef. What was that like?
So actually, it wasn't a very long journey for me. I actually read a book that it was basically trying to hone in on what you need to be focused on, mm-hmm. and what your attributes were. And the book basically said what you are good at and what you like to do is your passion, and that's what you should do. That's what you should make your career. And after reading that book, I really took some self-reflection, and I was just what I love to do is cooking. A person can ask me to cook whenever, and I never have a problem cooking. And so I felt that was what I was meant to do. And so then I became I always cook for my family and stuff like mm-hmm. that. And so then I started my own business and started doing my own cooking classes, started doing catering, and that was my journey, really.
Yes, awesome. And that's important. Did you go to school for it? Or
no.
Is this what you self-taught?
No, self-taught.
Self-taught.
Self-taught. I graduated for business with the focus in HR from UWM. But that's my day job, and that doesn't fulfill me. So mm-hmm. After starting to cook, and I do that and cooking, and I'm never bothered by me having to cook at all, ever. So that's what I'm making right now in my career.
Yes. So you said that your 9 to 5 is where you got your degree in, and then you cook too. Mm-hmm. Do you see yourself cooking full time?
Yes, I do. That's currently what I'm doing now. I'm surrounding myself around a couple different people that are trying to teach me now how to take my passion for cooking and make it an actual thriving business, which I think is very, very important. I recognize that, yes, I do love to cook, and yes, I did start my own business with my cooking classes and with my catering, but I don't really know how to elevate my business, to be completely honest. And so I started surrounding myself with people who does know how to do that, and then they started putting me in contact with more people who can actually help me build like enterprise out of my business, not just having like just my cooking classes or just catering, like actually building a real company.
Yes, so surrounding yourself with the right people is extremely important along this journey. What's the scariest thing? Like as you're getting ready to transition from A to your next journey, what's the scariest thing?
I feel like my self-doubt is like the scariest thing for me, because like failing, because it's on you, right? Like people know me now. People know me for being like Santana's Home Cooking. People know me for doing my cooking classes. People know me for doing catering. So for that to fail is just like, I don't know, that's the scariest thing for me. So so then I just have to just keep going and make sure it don't fail. Like now you just put yourself to the test, and it's just like you got to keep going, make sure it don't fail, and keep thriving. And you know, that's what I think in my mind. I start hyping myself up like, girl, you're not gonna fail.
Yes.
You got this. Every day you about to put more energy into it. Every day you about to like
just
keep investing. Yes, and be great.
Yeah, let's talk about your cooking classes for a minute, because I actually had the privilege to attend one of these cooking classes.
You did.
I may need a little bit more, a little more work, but it was extremely fun. What types of cooking classes do you offer, and how can people get in contact if they were interested?
Well, I do private parties, like birthday parties and things like that, and then I do my own cooking classes once a month. And my cooking classes is really surrounded by like making the kitchen not intimidating to people.
Yes.
I don't want the kitchen to be an intimidating place for people. So I want people to know you don't have to spend 3 hours in the kitchen. Like I think that a lot of people who don't cook think that I don't cook on a daily basis because I don't have time. But you can literally cook a nice, good meal in like 30 minutes, like 30, 45 minutes, and it doesn't really take that much time, and you'll still have leftovers for tomorrow if you eat leftovers. And you can get in contact with me by Santana Beck or santanashomecooking.org. My Instagram is Santana's Home Cooking, and then my Facebook is Santana.
Yes, I'm going to make sure all of those go across the screen so they know
Thank you.
how to get in contact with you. So I know I talked to you before in one of your classes, and I asked you like why cooking, and you talked about it being healthier or wanting to present healthier options.
Yeah.
Why is that important to you?
Well, the state of our community, like my heritage is Creole, so that's African American. I grew up on 26 and Capitol, for anybody who knows. So I grew up in a black community, like, and for me, like, yes, I grew up on soul food and everything like that, but like one thing that we didn't grow up on is like fast food. My grandmother never, like, I rarely ate fast food ever. And then once I started getting older and I started seeing that this was like a regular, like people were brought up on this, like this was like a regular thing for people to eat fast food, and it's just really not healthy for you. It's like horrible for you to eat fast food. So if I could get people in the kitchen to start cooking, that was my thought process, then even if they're cooking like fried chicken, which is not the best thing, but they're actually cooking it at home and they're not going to KFC and getting it, that's healthier. So this is just a stepping stone. Like my cooking class for me is just a stepping stone to get people to start thinking in a healthier way. Yes. So you start cooking your own food, and then you start becoming more creative and saying, all right, well, I'm not going to only cook the staples that I grew up knowing. I'm going to start, like, evolving that and start cooking healthier food. Now I'm not going to bread my chicken, or if I do want to bread my chicken, I'm going to bake it, or, things like that. Like, just to start getting people to think outside of the box when it comes to eating and when it comes to cooking, because at the end of the day, your diet is a huge reflection of your health. Yes. So if your diet is messed up, your health is messed up, and this is your appearance too. Your diet is messed up, you have acne on your face, different things like that. Like, so starting to relate health and diet is like huge for me, and I think that was like a big thing on me starting my class.
So again, Santana's Home Cooking. You guys can be a part of the class and learn that the kitchen is not as intimidating as you think it is. Santana, what has been the most fulfilling so far? Because I know you have you're going to go far because you're like dope. So you're going to go super far, but right now on your journey, what has been the most fulfilling?
When people send me, like when people actually cook the things that are in my class, because I send them home with the recipes. And people really do go home and cook the food by my recipe, like, and that just, I don't know, that just makes me elated, like, to know that people are actually going home, and even if it's one night, 2 nights, whatever, they're cooking what we cooked in my class. They're in the kitchen, they're cooking, they're getting more comfortable doing it. That's the purpose of my class. So when I know that people are actually doing what I set out for them to do and for them to learn, I don't know, that's the most fulfilling to me.
Yes. And if you could say anything to anyone who's thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, or who is thinking of chasing their passion, what would it be?
Don't be scared. Like, don't be scared, and start putting steps forward to do that daily. Like, whatever you think in your mind, like down to when I initially thought that I wanted to start doing cooking classes, I literally the next morning got up, and it was because when I was thinking about it, it was late at night, because I would have started then. But I literally the next day got up and started calling different kitchens and seeing, like, well, how would I obtain licenses, and because you have to be licensed to work in a commercial kitchen and all of those things. But I started, like, taking footsteps towards it every single day, and I was calling people, and once you get to calling people, people will give you over information, and when you start up, you need that over information. So you have to start calling people, and you have to start surrounding yourself by entrepreneurs. Like go to the events. It's so many events in Milwaukee. Start going to the different events and networking. That's huge as well. And surround yourself by entrepreneurs so you can see their greatness, and it makes you want to be great. You know, like, for me, when I see other people greatness, it makes me want to be great. That's why I love Stephanie, like, because she really did, like, turn everything into positivity, and that's great. Like, and it makes me want to be great seeing her do those types of things. So that's what I would say. Like, take every single day, take steps towards becoming what you want to be, even if it's the smallest step, because that small step is going to just keep igniting you.
Yes. Listen, I'm ready to start taking some steps right now, and I hope you guys are too. All right, we are about to get in the kitchen. You guys stay tuned.
And then whatever the case, like, put different things into your body. There you go.
I grabbed that from the wrong angle.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm about to get a man.
Hey, girl.
Because
If you're cooking a steak, look at here. You look like, and that's cooked already.
salmon is something I actually treat few dishes that I cook.
That you will cook.
But
I
don't
commit
cook
to that.
it often. Okay, I cook it. So I cook salmon.
Yes.
Salmon at home, y'all.
Yes. There you go. Give yourself that knowledge. That's gonna be a quick note.
Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. This game ain't level, this game ain't level. I'ma wait till the time.
So tell us what we have here, Santana.
You have a shrimp Alfredo, really a seafood Alfredo, with sauteed shrimp, pan-seared salmon, and charred scallops, with a little bit of broccoli microgreen and shredded for cheese. It's Asiago, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and Gouda cheese.
Yes. So this looks really delicious, and I can't wait until we say cut and we can start eating it. But Santana, once again, tell people how can they contact you if they are looking for catering, personal chef, or private chef tips?
Santana's Home Cooking on Instagram, santanashomecooking.org for my personal website, and Santana on Facebook.
Yes, make sure you guys book her. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.